taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. I have a notice to read before we begin the agenda items. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Shrewsbury Board of Health will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. All meetings and hearings listed in the agenda will also be done through remote participation. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the town's website at www.shrewsburyma.gov/coronavirus. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen or watch the meeting may do so by visiting www.shrewsburymediaconnection.org. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. To participate in the public comment portion of the meeting, dial 617-675-4444 and entering the following PIN, 191-915-364-2462, #. Please mute your device until the chair of the Board of Health addresses your agenda item or opens the meeting to public comment. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is the review and approval of the minutes from the May 1st, 2020 Board of Health meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
Abraham makes the motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. George Abraham?
Aye.
Jenny Fishman?
Aye.
Steve Vigent? Aye. The meeting minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda is review and act on the report from the Central Massachusetts Regional Public Health Alliance. Phil Legere, you have...
I have the floor. I have the air. Hello everybody. Actually, we've been having twice a week calls with CPH Command Center, sometimes 3 when the governor all of a sudden going to announce something and they rush an emergency call to at least give us a heads up, because we are not involved in any of the policy or decision making. It's all being done at the cabinet level. Today we're being graced with someone from the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, DEA. That's where a lot of this is decision making, policy making has happened. We normally have our state regional folks on the call. And Assistant Commissioner, newly appointed, Jana Ferguson, formerly of the Environmental Health Division Department. And we have the police chief, head of the Police Chief Association, who's been very active with us since recent events in our area, and then now with protests across the state, trying to ensure that public safety and our safety is being taken as of utmost concern with the police chiefs. And then we usually have someone from the Department of Labor Standards who is supposed to assist us. Yesterday we just got the standards for public and semi-public pools. Outdoor pools can open in phase 2, which I believe, again, I don't know why the governor picked Saturday to make a big announcement, but supposedly that's what he's doing. But I think the phase 2 announcement may drop at that point. Indoor pools is phase 3. And then we have safety standards for playgrounds, spray decks, and outdoor fitness areas. And then last night we safety standards for parks, open space, and outdoor education programs, phase 2, that just dropped. And then workplace safety standards for campgrounds, so that's going to be allowing some of the family type campgrounds to open. And then we have safety standards for coastal inland beaches that also we just received that actually, no, anyways, it just came in this morning, 5:44 a.m. I think a lot of this, they're trying to give us this guidance prior to today's call. So we're trying to keep everything straight. Carrie's been really excellent with getting this information out to folks who have been asking, and also following up on complaints. We did get some recently on a couple hair places, and I think it was an eyelash or something to do eyelashes, and they consider
Lash
that hair.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Lash lounge.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess eyebrows are hair, unless you don't have them. So she's been really good at following up on that. We're getting out there trying, doing inspections as they come by, and then also dealing with the town has set up a mechanism for restaurants that want to try to do some outdoor seating that wasn't previously permitted. I was sitting on a planning board meeting in Grafton yesterday with several restaurants trying to do that for phase 2 for outdoor seating. So it's been really intense, and we're just trying to keep up. And again, Carrie's been really great keeping us grounded and keeping track of everything that comes in. And so with the pools, there's going to be a big demand on that end. So the pools have their regular regulations they have to take care of, and then they have the COVID piece that sits on it, which everyone will have that. Rec camp guidances, groups of 12, including counselors, trying to keep them as pods, not really interacting with the other pods. If they're swimming, they can't take the groups off their site to go to another beach. I don't know how we're going to deal with that with Sunset, but that's really what if you have your own beach and your own swimming pool, you can do that. You can't take that group, put them in a bus, and bring them elsewhere to a public beach facility, etc. And then the transportation, they want parents to drop them off. We have one day camp in West Boylston, Woodhaven, that would pick up all the kids. Day program. They decided not to operate this summer, and that was their decision. So the pools, excuse me, social distancing requirements, general sanitation requirements. Talk about ventilation, staff procedures. They want to increase turnovers from 3 times a day. Oh no, it's testing. They want testing. Usually it was 3 times a day. They want you to test 6 times a day. Increase pool shocking frequency when the pool is closed. And then lifeguard water safety. Some certifications ran out, but the certification third-party groups like American Red Cross have set up a way that you can online get an extension. Immunizations have to be up to date, etc. So we're gonna send that out to all the pool operators. Semi-public pools like condo pools, I'm not sure how when you're gonna have family groups, but then you have other people that live there. I'm not sure how you really police that. That's the wrong word, but it's not like we're going to be going around. We're going to do our initial inspection, and then unless we get a complaint, we'll follow up from there. We just don't have the person power. So far, most places do comply. Terry's been very good at sending them the information and following up, and then if we have to push something up to labor standards, we do. Julie made a surprise visit at the UPS facility, distribution facility. We were getting repeated complaints from workers there. Things are pretty much in order. She made some recommendations. We've been dealing with their health and safety officer. Very busy place, UPS. So anyways, I could go on and on, but I don't want to.
Yeah, if you're done, Phil, I guess, does anybody have any questions, Dr. Abraham, or comments?
No questions or comments.
Okay, Jenny Fishman, any questions or comments?
No, I'm all set. Sounds like you're quite busy, Phil.
Yeah.
This is Steve Vigent. Phil, I see that there are some routine food inspections going on based on the table that was sent out by Kerry.
Yeah, we're trying to do some, we're out, Julie and Danielle are out there. I'm still working from home. I'm in the Safer at Home group. I'll do some outdoor stuff. We're probably gonna have to kick in on the pool. So, again, we haven't had any downtime since this started. So sometimes you forget what day it is, literally.
Yep.
What time it is. Sure folks get it. So we're going to get whacked with the pools, and we're already getting uptick in the seasonal businesses. Again, the farmers markets, we sat in on that. They have a pretty good plan together that worked out with everyone. And then the outdoor seating, Tavern in the Square, Danielle inspected them yesterday. Juniper Farms, ice cream, they're scheduled. So just trying to keep up.
This is Steve Vigent. So I guess if I understand correctly, that the restaurants who chose to shut down and now want to reopen, they have to be re-inspected?
Well, that's on a priority nature and availability. Your high risk ones, we'll definitely try to get there. I mean, we'll try to get to every place. It's not an absolute requirement, and there's different ways to do that. And then the other part of that is they're supposed to self-certify. We don't have to review that, but if we ask or we have a complaint, they're supposed to have that self-certification plan. There's some signage that's required. So that getting them to the right links and getting them to do that, most of the time been able to do that. But there's not one place that you can get everything. We've been pushing for a spreadsheet, which I've seen. I just got a draft of it yesterday, where the orders that we have to deal with are all on the spreadsheet in the categories, and I'll have the links so we can look at that spreadsheet and click on it and get to the guidance documents that we're looking for. So it's still waiting to get that vetted, and it's like we should have had that at the beginning, and every time they add an order, you just add it to the spreadsheet. So there are things that would make our job simpler and quicker. I mean, Carrie's really great at finding all that. Can't thank her enough for all that. But when people ask questions and we have that information, it's quicker and cleaner. So we're trying to do them, taking them as they come, but it's not an absolute requirement. We're really trying to do that, however.
Okay, and this is Steve Itchent again. I just also wanted to chime in and thank Carrie for all she's doing for the health department and the board. She's getting inundated with calls and requests for information and so forth. So thank you, Carrie, for everything you do.
You betcha.
Yes, thank you, Carrie.
You're very welcome. I'm making you guys proud.
Okay, unless there are any other comments or questions, I'll move on to the next agenda item, which is to review the meeting schedule. How do Fridays in July look for the board members?
Let's see here.
You want it July 11th?
I think July 11th is a Saturday.
Oh, sorry, 10th?
The 10th. I would be, let's see, I cannot do the 10th.
Okay.
I could do the 17th.
I can do the 17th as well.
Yes, I can do the 17th as well.
Okay, so given that July 3rd is the observance of Independence Day, I cannot do the 10th. So if the 17th is good with everybody, let's plan on that.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep, works.
Okay, and the agendas have not been that busy lately, so a little extra time probably won't be an issue. So, okay, in that case, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Dr. Abraham?
Aye.
Jenny Fishman?
Aye.
Steve Itchent? Aye. So the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day and weekend.
You
Yeah,
too.
have a great weekend, everybody.
You too.